I'm here at the Yocum Institute for Arts Education in West Lawn. I'm in front of Edward Babiarz's paper art that is displayed in this exhibit. Let's follow the paper trail and learn about the artist behind this work. So talk to me a little bit about your story, Edward.
Well, it was maybe the late 80s. I went to an art show at FNM in Lancaster, and there was an artist there who was doing paper. Her name is Jean Petrosky. And I asked her, I said, if ever you run a workshop, let me know. And sure enough, she ran a workshop, and I went, and I was hooked. Being here at the Yocum Institute at the Hollering Gallery here in West Lawn is just a true honoring. I was approached last year by the Arts Exhibits Committee, and they said, we would like to have your work here. And that unto itself was just surreal. I thought, and I never saw my work in one space just by itself. So I said, you know what, I'll do it, but I'll do it on one condition only. And that would be that all the proceeds would go to the Institute, and there's also a social service delivery system here, Cook County Wellness Services, to split the proceeds and to support these two worthy causes. They said, cool, we'll do that, we're in.
So I know you were inspired at a little bit of an older age to start the paperwork, but talk to me a little bit about your childhood. Did you have an interest for art at that time?
Originally, though, in grade school, I was taking piano lessons. That was my creative outlet, and I thought, well, maybe this will be the way to go through college and pursue that professionally. But I thought, realistically, it's not going to happen. So I went into broadcasting, journalism, and radio and TV. But I wanted to do something more. And this is where the contact with Jean at FNM was like, it just clicked. And just making paper was, for me, it was just a whole lot of fun. Splashing around in the vats, pulling the paper, pressing it off, and just stepping outside of reality and just having that type of release and just creative fun doing paperwork.
Talk to me a little bit about your inspiration behind some of these pieces. I know that one of the pieces was inspired by COVID-19.
It was, yeah. This piece here, Rising Gently, I wanted to incorporate something more gentle, something more uplifting, and at that point with the whole COVID lockdown and everybody's, sequestered to be at home, I thought I wanted to create something that was, to me personally, more freeing and uplifting.
You also have a piece that sort of talks about where people are in the world and where they are mentally when it comes to money. Can you talk to me about that? Actually,
this piece over here, No Evil, is one of the last two pieces that I had done. And what it is, it's cast paper on a mask, and onto that I put a wasp nest over the eyes and the mouth to symbolize see no evil, speak no evil, and then the root of all evil, well, I don't know, in my mind, sometimes, is money. And so I got $2 bills and I put them in there to symbolize that. And hear no evil would be the vibration coming out of the sides of the piece.
Do you have a piece that really shows something personal about you?
This piece over here, Jessica in the corner, I did after the death of my niece, Jessica. And she just was an inspiration to me all her life, and when she passed, it just really, as most people, it just touched me so deeply. I wanted to create something that was gentle and peaceful, and I just thought was a lovely tribute to her. When I approach a project, a piece of art, I'll come up with a color scheme, usually, and see if it would work or not. In the case of Jessica, I wanted something that would be soft and be peaceful, and just to bring these muted colors together, and the overlay of the papers and the swirls and the flow, it just demonstrate, the softness of who she was and her loveliness.
And it takes a lot of strength to be able to put that on display and also up for auction or up for...
Yeah, I held on to her for quite a while. As with some of these pieces, I don't want to give them up because I truly just felt that I just wanted to have that connection. But then on the other hand, I'm thinking, if someone else can see a piece that I made, find value in it, and want to have it in their home, that to me is the ultimate compliment, I think, for any artist, that someone would want to have you on their wall and live with you.
So you started this work in your late 30s, early 40s. What would you say to someone who wants to get into a new art form?
Well, for me, to get into making paper was certainly a leap of faith, and it was something that I had an immediate connection with. And I would say for anybody out there, getting back to my high school motto, at any risk, go forward, and just do something that's going to make you feel fulfilled and happy, and just moving yourself forward.
What are you doing next?
I'm not quite sure, because when it happens, it happens. When I get into my studio and I'm bringing my buckets of pulp together and I'm pulling the paper, pressing it off, the actual creative process then begins. And the paper, it may sound strange, but the paper will then speak to me as to how and what it wants to do, how to sculpt it, the feeling that I'm getting from it, the movement of it, the emotionality of paper. When you think about it, a piece of paper is flat. There's no life to it. It's just there. So I'm thinking my challenge is to bring that out and to make it seem there's life to it, there's movement, and there's some emotion to it.
I really enjoyed walking along the paper trail and learning about Edward's colorful and unique story. To see more of his work, visit soulimagery.com. For The Spark, I'm Aniya Faulcon.
For more from Mosaic, please like and subscribe to the channel or check out another video. To help support this project, please visit witf.org/mosaic.